Right. Hi everyone, and welcome to another Azure Greg live stream. This is the second one tonight, and I'm delighted to say that I've been joined by the lovely Deepthi Goguri. Deepthi, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing good. Greg, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm delighted to have you on. I haven't spoken to you for a wee while, but I know you've been super busy. Yeah.
I'm
So
so
for
honored to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
oh, not at all, not at all, not at all. For, Deepthi, for people who don't know you, give us a little bit of background about you and who you are and what you get up to.
Sure, Greg. So, hi everyone. Thank you so much for taking time to attend this live. If you are watching live, my name is Deepthi Goguri. I'm a database administrator. I'm from United States. I live in Kentucky. Capital city of Kentucky, which is Frankfurt. Um, so it's summer out here. I'm enjoying. So I have like about 7 years of experience as a DBA. I initially came to United States in 2010 to do my master's degree in computer technology, and once I completed that, I took a training as for the database administrator, because while I was studying my master's degree, I took a subject called SQL, actually the T SQL, Transact SQL. So I fell in love with SQL, and then I thought of learning more, and that's when I fell in love with SQL Server, and I thought like that will be a good decision to become a database administrator. And it's been like about 8 years. I still don't regret being a DBA, and it's
Oh,
an
good choice.
I I enjoy my job. I love my job, and as a part of my job, I also started blogging. So my website is dbanuggets.com, where I usually blog about SQL Server topics. I recently started Azure topics like Azure SQL. You can see the blog post about Azure SQL, how to improve performance, sort of things. Like if you have any interest, you can go look at my website. Um, and also, I'm a co-organizer for a couple of user groups. I organize Microsoft Data and AI South Florida, along with my organizer Adriano, and I also support Women in Technology user group. I'm also a co-organizer for um, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion user group. And I recently joined as a co-organizer with my dear friend Kai Sauter from Germany. And that is for the user group Data TGIF. It happens every Friday. And apart from my job and then my community work, I love doing arts and crafts. I love making things with my own hands. And if you see background, there are some colorful background, but you couldn't see it here
Hmm.
because I don't want my kids to roam around and you
Yeah.
see it on the camera. So I love making DIY stuff, looking like some decorative stuff with my own hands. It gives me a lot of peace actually.
Ah, that's cool. Crikey, you covered a lot there. There's loads of things that I've got listed down that you've mentioned. Sorry, that I haven't got mentioned. So I'll
And
hopefully circle back to a lot of the stuff.
And by the way, I just forgot to mention that like I have been an MVP like about like couple of months. Like it's been more than 6 months. More than 6 months, yeah. And Gregor
Hmm.
Sati was the one who nominated me, so I would like to thank him on this stage with a
Not
chat
at
with
all.
Azure Greg. Thank you so much, Greg, for
No, don't be daft. Don't be daft.
nominating me. You felt like
Well, you were doing lots of great stuff. So the people who do great stuff, you can see on social media. So
thank
yeah,
you,
that was awesome. Yeah, no,
thank
don't
you
need
so
to thank
much.
me. Right, I've got loads of questions. So I'll start off with your bio. So you're a Microsoft Data Platform MVP. When did you get your award? What was it last year or this year?
Last
Last
year,
year, wasn't it?
2022, I think it's October.
Okay. You're also an MCT. How long have you been in an MCT
Yeah,
for?
I have been in MCT since 3 years. I believe yes.
Oh,
It's
wow.
been 3 years.
Oh. You're also a data event organizer. So you mentioned what was it? Data TGIF. What does that stand for?
Data TGF. Thank God it's Friday.
I thought that. I wanted to just double check in case I
Yeah,
said the wrong thing.
thank God it's Friday. Thank
I
God
like
it's
that.
Friday
So
that you can come and learn something about data.
I need to sign up for that. When it, well, okay, every Friday. I was going to ask when is that, but what time is that on it?
It's I believe it's 9 o'clock in my time zone, EST, but in Germany time zone, I suck at time zones.
Germany time zone is so it's 9 just now. So well, it's yeah, it's 10 o'clock there. So they're an hour in front of us. Yeah, look at that. I suck at time zones as well. I'm
Yeah,
not going to try and figure that out.
I
So
literally
you did
have
a
to convert
master's.
my times and see.
Yeah, there's a website. There's a website for doing that. You just put it in, and yeah, that's
Hmm.
what I use. So you're also a friend of Redgate.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes. I'm a friend of
I used
Redgate
to be
as
a
well.
friend of Redgate. Yeah,
Oh,
I used to be a
really?
friend of Redgate. Yeah, I came out
Awesome.
of the program because I wasn't really. Yeah, to be honest, I felt a little bit guilty because I stopped doing SQL day to day. So I thought I'll give someone else a chance, and I didn't want to like. They were like, "No, no, you can stay in it," and I'm like, "I don't really give you any feedback." So yeah, I was in that for a long time. That's a really good program for people who don't know. Tell us a little about the Friends of Redgate.
Um, so a friend of Redgate. So friend of
Hmm.
Redgate is a program where like you can actually apply to the friend of Redgate each year. So basically the process is something like you need to be well known in the community, like not well known meaning like you doesn't have to
Yeah.
be an MVP to be as a friend of Redgate, but you should have some presence in the social media where you share your knowledge about SQL or about the Azure or about the Microsoft products. And you should be an user, like active user for the Redgate products. Of course, like
Yeah.
most of the companies out there definitely use one or the other Redgate products. So
Yeah.
if you are that way, like if you are interested in like sharing your feedback on their products with Redgate, or like if you wanted to write articles to the Redgate and get some name in the page, in the Redgate page, you'll
Hmm.
be seeing your profile there. You can go ahead and write your articles, your name will be shown up on the Redgate page, those sort of things. And as well as like you can also support their events, like they have like couple of events happen every year, and they can because you are a friend of Redgate, they can invite you to speak at their events. They'll give you the opportunity. So I believe like it's a very great opportunity for me. And that's when I became real good friends with Redgate. And that made me took a step forward in becoming a one of the steering committee member for their diversity, equity, and inclusion for the past
Oh,
summit.
brilliant.
So we have a group of, not because I'm a Redgate friend, but they
Hmm.
know me through friend of Redgate. So that's how they try to find out the diverse set of people who can help them to steer like how to improve diversity at the past summit. So I believe like that steering committee is really doing very well in providing the necessary steps that we need to take for the upcoming PAS summit or the next year's PAS summit to
Hmm.
improve the
Yeah.
diversity at the summit. As well as I was also one of the in the selection committee as well for one of these development track. So all the sessions that come under the development track, I was one of the selection committee member for the
Oh, wow.
developer track. So we'll go ahead
Awesome.
and review all the sessions and then select based upon the like based upon how standard the
Yeah.
what they are actually looking for the past summit. So it was a wonderful opportunity, I can say.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was a friend of Redgate a long while ago. Used to use the products on a day-to-day basis. This was
Mm,
before Azure. So yeah, brilliant,
mm.
brilliant program.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
if you yeah, if you're doing anything in SQL world, even Oracle tools, they've got some brilliant tools. So do check that out. So you did a master's in computer technology. That sounds like super complicated. But what was that like? You need to be super smart to do stuff like that.
I mean, I have a story to tell, Greg.
No, go for it. I like stories.
So, so actually, so after my 10th after my 10th grade, there is like in India, back in India, we have 11th and 12th grade called as intermediate. So intermediate meaning after your 10th grade, the 11th and 12th grade is known as like intermediate. So I took math as my major degree, math and science as a major degree.
Oh, well,
So I love math since my childhood. I was into math
all right.
all my childhood and I love math. But after my 11th and 12th standard, we have this entrance exam that we take called MSET exam. So it's like an exam for all the uh, for all the kids who take the intermediate 11th and 12th.
Yep.
It's an entrance exam for the undergrad program. So I got a very nice rank in the entire state, and I said my dad like, Dad, I want to take the engineering, in my undergrad
Mm.
because I love computers. And he said like, just before choosing the university, he just mentioned like, hey, you are going to take pharmacy, not engineering. And you
Oh,
better know
oh,
that now. And I was like,
oh.
yeah, you were like, you were like okay all the time, but right before taking the university, like right before going to the counseling of selecting the universities for your program, why do you say that? Then he mentioned that your brother already, like my brother is 2 year older than me,
Hold
and
on.
he's
Mhm.
also a DBA by the way, and
All right.
he's a great DBA. He's a great DBA, better than me, I can say. So
Don't say that.
so he took his undergrad in computers, like engineering,
Mhm.
not necessarily computers, but engineering, which
Yep.
have like IT and electronics together. And my father said like, hey, he already took IT and electronics, so I don't want both of my kids taking
Oh,
engineering.
really?
And you are a girl child, and I want you to be in the hospitality kind of like field. So
Oh,
it's better if you can take pharmacy, and you can do the pharmacy undergrad and go to United States and do your masters in pharmacy, and then you'll get well paid. Then I was like, Dad, but who told you all of this information? I didn't know any of this, but who told you?
yeah.
Then he mentioned like one of his friends from, he works for the pharmacy, local pharmacy. he
Ah,
told
okay. So
he
he's trying
told
to
him
get
that,
you.
yeah, he told him all the stories, like how wonderful pharmacy is and all of the thing. But my father just believed him, and he just he just showed his interest on me, saying like I need to follow his steps. So that's how I entered into pharmacy, not liking any of those subjects.
No,
Like I hate chemistry.
no.
I hate chemistry. And I told him like, but dad, like if I had to go to pharmacy, I don't want to learn chemistry. And please
Right.
make sure if there is a chemistry or not, ask your friend. Then he immediately said like, there is no there is no chemistry in pharmacy. And I'm so naive and so innocent. I trusted that. I trusted
I
that,
did.
and I entered into university. All my 4 years of my undergrad in pharmacy, all I
Oh,
read was
wow.
chemistry. All
Oh, no.
so
Oh,
so
seriously?
it was a terrible decision. Of course, my father,
Oh,
with all the love in the world, like he really trusted him, like thinking that
mm-hmm.
his daughter will be loving it. But then it didn't happen.
No.
Like I somehow made it like to the first first class. Like I got like about like 70% to 80% of grades, which are good. Because I
Mm,
sometimes felt like I might fail in couple of subjects, but that didn't
mm.
happen, luckily.
Good.
So
Awesome.
I somehow came outside, and then I decided like I don't want this. I don't want to be a pharmacist. I even got that certificate to have my own pharmacy. After we do
Oh,
the
wow.
undergrad, we get that certificate. So I literally can go and build my own pharmacy. But I
Oh,
don't want
wow.
my career that way. I always loved
No.
computers. So I then decided like if I stay in India, then they will push me to the, because I will not get any job in technology because my undergrad
Yeah.
is pharmacy. So
Yeah.
so I thought like somehow I have to come to United States and pursue my dreams in technology. But then I didn't get a chance to come to United States to do computers. They still told me like your undergrad is pharmacy, so you have to take your master's degree in chemistry. So
Oh.
that's a entire different story I had to take. But once I entered United States, I struggled a lot. I applied for different universities, and one of the university professor, he's a dean of IT technology. He really understood what I went through, and he gave me an
Mm.
opportunity to apply for the
All right.
technology department. none of the universities agreed to that, but that one person,
I wonder.
I call him as an ally, because he
Hmm.
really supported my
Oh, that's
vision. Like,
awesome.
yes, yes. So his name is Dr. Ping Lu. He helped me a lot. So that's how I. It was a struggle, Gregory.
Mm,
It was a real struggle, because I never used computer before, and now I am in the
right.
master's degree in computers. Just imagine how
Oh,
tough that
wow.
is. I have no
Jeez, oh.
idea about SQL. I have no idea about C language. None of it. So all 3 years I struggled, but then I made through A plus grade, and I got good grades, and I came outside. And while I was doing that, I really liked SQL, and that's when I
That's an
decided
amazing
to.
story.
Yeah,
I did not know that. Yeah, that's amazing. I
most of the
not
people
not
don't
such
know
a
that.
not such a good story, but when I went to high school, we had to choose exams to study, and my mum and dad filled the form in. So they chose chemistry, physics, and English, and
Uh-huh.
I changed it to like physical education, woodwork, and technical drawing. And to this day, I never told them.
Oh, you never
So I
told
didn't.
them.
No, I didn't do
Wow.
chemistry or any science. I ended up just doing. I didn't like school, so I didn't really do very good at school. I just got to like a certain time, and I just like I don't like school anymore. But yeah, I was supposed to do sciences and never did them, so that was good fun. Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
amazing that you managed to do a master's in computer technology.
Mhm.
So yeah, obviously you don't regret that decision to do that.
I will never
No,
regret. I
no.
regret doing pharmacy, but then I feel like
Mm,
my dad will understand me now, and he'll say sorry to me. But
yeah.
I always tell him, like, why do you don't feel sorry, because the person I am today made me, as I passed through those steps, right?
Well,
I
yeah.
might be a total different person if I had not gone through. I would not even understand the importance of technology if I had not gone through the pharmacy. So I keep
So
telling him all the stories.
I don't know if you can see the screen, but Vickerson's laughing. Hi, Vickerson. Hi, Ahmed. That's such a good story. Mine's is a little bit different. I did go through 4 years of 4 years of hardship.
4 years of torture. That's a very
Oh,
nice statement. That's a
yeah,
beautiful
4
way
years of
to put
hardship.
it in.
I just changed the form. I didn't tell anybody. Oh, that's a shame.
Oh man.
So yeah. So let me. So you've got you're a Microsoft certified professional with an associate and expert level certification on data management and analytics. So you must have a good. You're obviously good at maths if you're into that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
You always
yeah.
been good at maths. Yeah.
Yeah, you mean like yeah, that was the certification which is not active currently. Like MCSE is like
Oh
they
yeah,
took
yeah.
away the
That's the one.
MCSE, but then it was like about like 5 certifications that I have to do, which included like Transact SQL, and then database administration. It's totally related to database administration, but then it really helped me to really understood the concepts of database administrator. So
Mm,
that paved me a path to understand what SQL engine actually does. So yeah, those certifications really helped me.
very cool. So I want to come back to some of the other things you mentioned earlier, but we'll come back to that. So your blog, what made you start blogging? What was the idea behind that? Just to
That's
share stuff, or
I talk with all the stories I have.
there's
everything
a raw story
everything
coming?
everything have a story behind it scene,
Oh, I like that.
My first ever job as a DBA was in a company. Like I worked for about like 6 years in the company. I had the, it was a nightmare, I can say. The first 4 years
Oh,
was beautiful because I had a different manager in that company who took care of
mhm,
all of us very well. He was like like he helped with diversity and stuff, but then that
yep.
manager had to leave, and there was another manager who like really, I think he really didn't like women in tech. I think
Not
so,
really.
because like he used to like sabotage all of my work. Like he used to literally tell people not to come to me. Like,
Oh,
don't go
really?
to Deepthi. He used to literally tell them that
Oh, wow.
don't go to Deepthi. And like if I had, he used to just not call to the meetings. In a DBA meeting, he used to not call me, and but he used to call the
Oh,
other
wow.
two male DBAs. And then whenever I had to share what I mean, like if there is something wrong they are doing, and if I try to explain any concept, he used to like question my explanation and say like, whatever you are saying, I don't trust you. And then he used to tell to in front of the other male DBS, he used to tell like, I don't trust you, but I rather trust him. And I had to literally show the Microsoft Docs to prove myself. And even if I did,
Oh wow.
he used to tell like,
Oh,
then well, why he used to ask the other DBA like, well, I think you explained this very well that you did something in your previous company, right? He used to, long story short, he used to not trust me. He stopped giving me work. He literally stopped
oh, that's
giving me work
terrible.
and asked everybody not to come to me. And it really hurted. It really hurted. Like, even when some people dared to come to me and give me the work, while I was in between the work, like after 90% of my work is completed with their task, they used to come literally saying that, can you please stop doing that? Because he asked me, he was yelling at me. So
That's
I have
terrible.
to take back the work and undo all the work that you have done. So
That's shocking. I mean, Ahmed saying that's sad and good on you for persevering though. Yeah, that's not good. Did you leave or did the boss leave? Did your manager leave?
So I cried, I cried, and there is a little bit more story to it as well. Not only that, not only the technical perspective. If I ask him the leave for my health issues, and if I
Hmm.
ask him like to work from home for a couple of days, he used to reject it. Like he used to
Oh,
literally reject it, and I had to cry in my cube, like in my desk, and people used to come to me, and then he was like, I
oh,
can't
that's all.
say bad words on the camera, but then he
Hmm.
used like I got
I can
hurt
imagine.
really bad. I thought like I lost all my self-worth. Like I thought like maybe if I, because I was there for 6 years, and I thought like if I come outside of this company, maybe I'll not find another job because I am
Yeah.
worthless. Because at that point of time, like if you are so used to the people not
Hmm.
respecting you,
Yeah, yeah.
that will become a norm to you, right? So
Hmm.
I thought like, how do I survive outside of this company? Maybe this is the place, maybe this is how they have to treat me because something is wrong with me. That is what I
No,
thought.
that's
And
very sad. Yeah.
none of the other people who actually know what is going on supported me. Like other managers, they never supported me. They just said like, rub it off, like just take it light, Deepthi, do whatever they are saying, like
Mm.
don't even expect them to give you work. I am a such kind of person. I want to learn. I have to
Mm.
go. I want to learn more and do more projects. So that happened. So I thought like, I went into depression, literally. Literally, I was in depression for
No,
so long time. I thought like there is no other place to go. Um, that's a bad thing actually. It's a dark
mm.
time of my life. So that's when I
Mm.
thought like there should be a way out, right? I'm in the darkness. I know I'm in the darkness, but there should be a way out for me. Like, what is it? And that's when I opened the Twitter account, and that's when I communicated with couple of SQL family members, and then they supported me, and
Brilliant.
women in technology, um, actually supported me.
Fantastic.
Kathy Kellingberg, I would like to appreciate her here because I contacted her telling her like I need a way out. I wanted to do something which helped
Hmm.
me come out of that depression. So she said like, Deepthi, you are a DBA and you know you have the knowledge. So
Yep.
why won't you get started with a blog where you can share all of your learnings, whatever it is. It can be a very little thing, whatever it is. Just put it out there, whatever you know, make your
Hmm.
own words and write a blog
Yeah,
post.
yeah,
And
definitely.
that's how I started my blog. And that actually made me open up a Twitter account where I can go ahead and I have been seeing all of you guys like celebrities, and I thought like, wow, this is an entire different world. This is not Earth. This is like an entire different world to me because I don't know. I don't know about Twitter before. So that's when I saw Brent Ozar. He was actually
Hmm.
advertising for New Stars of Data. Like that is
Oh,
the
yeah.
New Stars
I was
of
going to ask
Data
you about
first version, like that is brand new. They just opened it, and I felt like you can apply for the first time, you can become a speaker for the first time. And then I
that.
thought
Yep.
like I thought like I don't even have normal self confidence. How can I
Oh
expect
yeah, yeah.
myself to be on the
Oh
stage,
no.
right? I
Yeah.
thought a lot and I prayed to God that they should not select my session, and then I applied. And then I prayed, please don't select my session. And but then luckily luckily they
They
selected
did.
my session, and then I got a mentor. I should be really thankful for the organizers of New Stars of Data, Ben Wiesman and William Durkin. They actually
Can you
gave me
read?
a life, actually, if I can say. They actually
Can
gave
you
me a
read what's on
life.
this?
Sorry.
Deepthi, read what's on the screen. I meant to put a comment up, and I wholeheartedly, I did not know this story.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you, Ahmad.
yeah, that is absolutely amazing. I had no idea about this. I didn't honestly
So
know any of this story. That's unbelievable.
I, I, I can say that, right?
Hmm. Sorry, I think my internet
Yeah,
connection's
I
going
can
on a
say
bit.
that
Yeah,
like
that's an amazing story.
yeah. So they actually, I can say that they actually gave me a path to come out of the depression, and
Fabulous.
I came out clean. Like I focused a lot. Like I forgot all of that stuff. What is going on?
Mhm.
I took the salary. Of course, they are not giving me any project. That's fine. I'm just taking the salary for free. That's fine. So and then I put all of my focus on the community stuff. I did
Brilliant.
like about like more than 200 sessions in about
Yeah,
like 8 months of span.
yeah,
Eight
that's
months.
why I nominated you, 'cause I was like, "How is this? How is this lady not an MVP?" You were absolutely knocking it out the park, and I'm like, "How's this person not been nominated?"
I was
Yeah.
so vigorous in doing it. Like people literally ask me questions like, Deepthi, why are you doing like this? Like I think you want an MVP, right? And that is the only reason you are doing, because they know me, but not my story
Mhm.
behind
Yeah,
what went on, like
yeah,
how
yeah.
much I had to come out of that problem, like just to escape, right? So
Mhm.
I used to do like 12 a.m. sessions, 1 a.m. sessions, 2 a.m. because 24 by 7 I had that thing in my mind that I'm birthless. Like
Oh.
you are not, you do not have any confidence, and the only way you can prove yourself, not to the society but to prove yourself that you have a little bit of confidence, is that you have to go in front of the camera and speak to people. That is the only way. So that's how I because if I give a gap of like 1 week or 10 days, I used to fall back again. So
Mhm.
I used to do it vigorously. I wrote the blog post, and I did like I was
How
everywhere. Like I was moderating
hard was
stuff.
it
I
to
was
start
like,
doing that? How hard was it to start doing that though? That must have been really difficult, especially when you're saying you're in your dark moments and you've no confidence. Did you just force yourself to do that?
yeah. So um, and then that's how I got recognized by you actually, Gregor. Like otherwise, how would I, right? Um, so yeah, like I thought like uh, I thought like speaking has actually became a therapy to me, to be very sincere with you. It became a
Yeah.
therapy to me, and I thought like even though how hard my life get, like I might get really busy in my life, but still I do not want to stop this. Like I don't care if I have the MVP or not, but it is
Mm.
actually helping
That's
me to have my
yeah.
own life back, because
That's amazing.
I'm still not 100% back, Gregor. I can say that like
Mm.
if I stop doing these things, I feel like I have something negative in me. Like
Yeah,
and
as a
then
part
and
person.
then I stopped, like I resigned to that job, right? Because I came to a point where like I have to stop this, because no matter how many sessions I give, I'm not growing in my company. That's not
Mhm.
the place I
Yep.
have to stay.
Yep.
I left. I applied for the new job. I got a very good job in one of the like top 100 best Forbes list, top
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
20 top 20 companies, the
Oh well.
Forbes list,
Brilliant.
from the Forbes list, which I'm honored to, and one of the
Uh-huh.
reasons they choose me is that they recognize me as a speaker. So if I look back, I can connect all the dots, like why I had to
Mhm.
go through a lot of stuff, bad stuff in my life, maybe to end up here. That's what I at least I wanted to feel that way, so
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
At least I want. And then once I joined this company, they started respecting me, which was
Oh,
very
brilliant.
weird to me, because like which was very
Yeah,
weird
that
to
must
be
be
very
new.
sincere,
Mm,
because I'm so used not people respecting me. I was like,
yeah.
these people are really weird. They are respecting me, but am I in the right
You
place?
know,
Because
it's
oh my
interesting the
god,
amount of
it's
people
so weird.
it's interesting when I speak to people who are in jobs that they don't enjoy, and it's easy to say then you should look for something else, but as you found, it's quite hard to get out there and put your, it's quite hard to try and find the right job. But most of the people who are in a horrible job and then leave always seem to end up somewhere that they absolutely love, and they get looked after and they're respected. And that is like the full circle. It's like the complete opposite of what you went through is now what you're doing now. So brilliant. So how long have you been at? Is it you still at the same company? I guess.
Yes, yes, of course. Yeah, I'll be here as much as I can. For I
Forever.
have been here since 2 years. 2 years,
Okay. Brilliant, brilliant. And
and it's a
I
it's a
guess you'll go
beautiful
up
journey.
as guess you'll be going above and beyond just because you love the people that you work with as well. That's a good thing as well.
They like me.
Yeah,
My
brilliant.
manager likes me. My colleagues like me, and I can be like they respect me for who I am, not for what I am doing in the community.
Mm,
They just see for who I am, which is like
that's
which is the right place to
amazing.
live, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. You've landed on your feet, so good. Let me ask you about some of your other stuff. What's the best part of being an MVP, do you think?
Wow, that's a beautiful question. What's the best part? Making friends.
Making
Making
friends.
friends like
Brilliant.
you.
Love it, love it, love
Making friends like you, Greg.
it. You're not allowed to come on and say things like that. So tell me about the new stars of data. Who came up with that idea and like tell me a little bit about it.
Who have the similar interest as you, or who are beyond you, right? Like the dreams that you wanted to achieve. If you can be in that, like it's all about like what do you say, vibration. Like if you want to achieve something, go ahead and make friends with the similar vibration, or like people beyond your vibration level, so that you can
Yeah.
level up. I really trust that. And like it's all about the communication, making friends,
Hmm.
learning. Like when you are in this community, you are like forced to learn new stuff. Like people around you are learning stuff. They are
Yeah, yeah.
blogging all the time. Like even when you sleep, you feel like, oh my god, there are a lot of people who are who are learning. This is like an
Crazy.
event 24 by 7. It's like an event
Yeah.
happening across the world. We are all connected together through Twitter, LinkedIn. It's like we
Yeah.
are all in the same space, right? I really feel that way, like looking at each other, encouraging. Like when you feel down, you just look at the other MVPs who are doing great, and you feel like, oh my god, I can do this too.
I think my internet's going a bit weird. Sorry, I think my internet's going. You still there? Hopefully you can still hear me.
So I
Ah,
that's the best part, if I can say, like even if I won't be an MVP tomorrow, I still want this community. I still want these friendships, you know?
that's amazing. Yeah, that's to me that's what a real MVP is. You don't need the badge or you don't need any of it. You just want to still
Yeah,
do what you're doing.
yeah,
Brilliant. So,
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Vickerson's on the call. Tell me what happened when you met Vickerson at the MVP summit, because that's quite a funny story. Do you remember
MVP
when?
Summit?
Yeah, do you remember that? Tell us what happened.
Oh man, I I regret putting my bag over there.
So I'll tell the
So you
story.
know,
So Vickerson, yeah, on you go. You tell it.
I I got a little cloud study reading buddy from
Hmm.
one of the HR. He's there here. I just forgot the name. Like, can you remember me?
Vickerson.
The name of the
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's Vickerson. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's
So I
actually
got
on
that.
tonight. Yeah.
Like he gifted Gregor the reading buddy, like cloud reading buddy. I fell in love with it for the first time I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, how cute it is!" And then Gregor immediately said, "Like you can take it, you can have it." And then I was like on the cloud nine with that cloud buddy. And then I took it and then I put it in a bag, and then I immediately put it safely sideways in the MVP summit in one of the corners, and then I just went ahead and bought a coffee, and by the time I come, my bag was not there.
Oh, that's a shame.
It's so
That's
funny.
a shame. It was so
Oh
nice
my
to
god,
meet you though in person.
I feel so guilty. I feel so guilty
Oh, don't
putting my
worry, don't
bag over
worry,
there.
don't worry. It was a shame. It was a funny story though. I did laugh. I
But
was like, oh no,
But
it's a
glad I
shame.
took a picture of it. Glad I took a picture
Mm,
of it. I show it to my kids, and they were like, started saying, "Mom, you don't know how to put things safe." Because I tell them all the time how to put things safe, and they started telling me like, "You don't know how to," because they liked it. So because they liked the reading buddy, and then how it happened. Like
mm.
I
Yeah.
still
So the
regret why I put my bag over there.
oh, that was a shame. That was a
I
shame.
missed
So
the bag. Yeah.
would you recommend the new Stars of Data to anyone else who's thinking about signing up for that?
Of course, of course. Please contact me, and I will give you as much as ever information you need. I will um, I will um I will help you in connecting with the organizers of New Stars of Data. It's a wonderful platform. I mean, it's a gift, I can say, that can be given from a community. It's like a giving back to the community thing that
Mm,
both of like the New Stars of Data is doing, because getting getting selected is a one part, just one part, but most of the part is with the communication that we have, the sessions that we have with the mentor. It's a
yeah.
huge thing. I mean i mean I always, like, when I got the mentor, I felt like, what do these guys get if they help me a lot? Because we are having sessions every week, like for about like 1 hour every week, and how
Mhm.
wonderful these community people are to help me, like without expecting anything in return. I mean, that's the beauty of the community, right?
Yeah,
Like
the thing about
they
that is
want
though,
people to speak. They want to help women speakers. They want to help diverse set of speakers, men, women, whoever you are. So I think, like, take when somebody is there to help you out, why can't we take their help and then grow in our careers, right? So that you can go ahead and help 10 more people to
yeah,
make
totally. You can always
community better.
yeah, pass it down. Somebody was talking about this on Twitter where they think of it a ladder and you're just a step above them in the ladder and you pass it down to the person below you and you pass it down and then hopefully they pass it on. I quite like that
Yes,
way of doing it. So
yes.
that is absolutely brilliant. Yeah, so you're also the co-organizer for the Microsoft Data and AI South Florida user group. How did that come about?
Mhm. Oh, that one is amazing. Um, I'm not a major, like I do not organize. Like I won't talk to the speakers while the session is going on, but I am like kind of like behind the scenes with the organizers.
Right.
We have every 2 weeks, every 1 week we have the meetings together, and I give him the suggestions of like, hey, let's do this, let's do that, let's invite these speakers. And I mostly concentrate on inviting the speakers to our like artificial intelligence as well as the cloud topics. We are morely focused
Mhm.
on the cloud technology. So in this platform, I
Yeah.
would like to invite all the speakers who are like looking at
Everyone.
the screen. So to just contact me, like if you would like to speak in my group, we go live actually every like um, Thursdays, and we'll go live on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel
Ah, very
where we
cool.
go live, and
Nice.
then
I need to check
yeah,
it out. Yeah.
it's
Brilliant.
a
I put your Twitter up just in case anyone wants to get in touch with you.
yep.
Awesome. So, you're also you're doing so much. How do you find the time to do all of this? Like, you're also what else have you got? You've got the what about the women in technology stuff? How did that come about? And how often do you meet with that?
Wow, that's a nice question. Like, it's like a open thing. Like, I don't have like particular sessions.
Right. Okay.
or like meetings with the women in technology, but then we have a women in technology web page. So in that web page, we have one of the pages are like list all the women speakers along with the details like where they are speaking, when they are speaking. So
Cool.
my job was to collect that information as much as I can. Wherever I see women speakers speaking, I'll just go ahead and like, of course, it's a public information that they have actually put it out there. I'll just take that
Yeah.
information and then I'll upload that information manually onto that web page where like all the other organizers, if they want women speakers, they can go to that page and look at the women speakers who are listed over there and contact them through LinkedIn or through the mm, Twitter account to
Mhm.
invite them, and um, we are also planning to gather that information and make it somehow available for the organizers. If they want women speakers, like diverse
Mhm.
set of speakers,
Yeah.
they can contact us and we can provide that
Brilliant.
information. We are planning to do
Awesome.
that. Yeah, because that page is actually like I have not been updated at least a couple of months because I was too busy in other stuff. I didn't get a chance to update
You've got
because
a lot going on.
it's a big task. Like I had to literally go ahead and like check my emails, like check for the little women speakers out there. So so it takes some time for me.
So I see you've got a session at Past Data Summit 2023 coming up where it's called. So it says join us at Past Data Summit 2023 for an empowering women in tech luncheon. Got your back finding allies at work. That sounds amazing. Who came up with that idea? And you're looking forward. You must be looking forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God, like I didn't expect that I will be selected, to be very sincere with you. I just went
You keep
ahead and
saying that.
submitted. Yeah, I just went ahead and submitted for the call for speakers. Um, and this is the first time ever I will be one of the panelists for the Women in Technology Luncheon, where we talk about
Awesome.
how to support women in technology at the workplace and how to become ally. So you can expect the stuff like how as an any person, like not only in the technology world, but how can you become an ally to women and women in technology especially. So I had a 75-minute presentation that I have given in past summit 2022 about like this particular topic, women in technology, how to become an ally. So
Hmm.
so one of the some of the SQL family members, they have actually recommended me to this particular panelist,
Brilliant.
because they have seen my session in person and they felt like it will be a good idea if I can be on the panel as well. So I think their
Yeah.
support has actually paved a path for me to become one of the panelists for this year summit.
Brilliant.
Um, but it
I
is
think.
a really an honor. All the other panelists, if you see, they are like
Mhm.
celebrities, and I am like a
Yeah, yeah,
little
yeah. Yeah,
Lilliput out
Kelly
there.
Gorman, Deepthi Goguri, celebrity, Ria Merritt, Leslie Andrews. Yep. I
River,
mean,
you know about River? She's a celebrity. I mean, like I see her every day. She inspires me every day. I mean, how can I sit beside her and talk talk stuff I don't
oh,
know? I don't
you're
know,
a
to be
celebrity now
sincere.
anyway. You'll manage. You'll
Oh,
manage. That's actually on at the same time as Ignite, so I might see you in the building because I think it's in the same building. So that'd be
yeah.
quite funny.
So,
Might
are
get
you
to say
going to
hello
come?
again.
Are you going to
Yeah,
come to the
well,
past summit?
no, I'm actually going to Ignite. Excuse me, and
Okay.
that's in the same building at the same time, I believe.
Wow. Then we have to
Or,
meet up. Then
yeah, yeah, we'll definitely meet up. Absolutely,
meet up
without a doubt.
sometime.
Yeah, I mean, I think you were my favourite person that I met at the MVP summit because I had spoke to you
Thank
for
you.
quite a while and never met
Yes.
you. So that was good fun. That was really good.
Especially the conversation that we had, the chat that we had about the about the cloud buddy.
Yeah, that was funny. So what's the best part of your current job? Would you say
um
the people, the culture?
the current job, yes, yes,
Hmm.
the department, the leadership team, diverse set of speakers, like diverse people, they help
Hmm.
improve diversity. Did not just I'm sorry, I couldn't able to say the client that I work
No, that's
currently,
okay.
but
That's okay.
just
Yeah.
for the, I mean, I'm
Hmm.
showing it public,
Yeah, yeah,
so I just want to keep
yeah, yeah. No,
something
that's fine.
safe. But then they help diversity and
Brilliant.
They always strive, not just say but do it in action. And they the best part is, to be very sincere, the best part is like they don't give me the respect because I'm a speaker out here, because I'm a MVP. They treat
Hmm.
every DBA equally, which is the
Oh, that's
best
good.
part. Because if they
Yeah.
would not have done that, I would have a different opinion on the company. But then they don't do that. They treat everybody equally, which is like beautiful thing.
I tell you what's beautiful. The fact that Ahmed said that, he says, not only did you persevere and succeed, you're now helping others in the same place. So
Thank you,
that's
Ahmed.
absolutely brilliant. Yeah, that's absolutely fabulous. That's probably the best story I've heard in a long time. Yeah, brilliant. So MVP, you're up for. Have you been renewed yet, or is this the first time you're going to be renewed next March?
Next March, yeah. And I'm like, did I even do enough stuff?
You must be joking. You've got like I'm looking at your bio here. I could read your bio for the next 10 minutes. It's got so much stuff on it. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. So yeah, you're like you've got what have you got? Microsoft Data Diversity, Equity and Inclusion User Group, and a volunteer for Data Platform Women in Tech. I mean, is there any? How do you have any time to do arts and crafts?
I mean, yeah, arts and crafts, I left that 1 year ago because I'm
You
like
left it behind.
way too busy with current job. And then like, I still love to do arts and crafts, but yeah, those are my recent um, uh, joy is to take care of the plants, indoor plants. At least
All right.
I'm keeping them alive.
Well, I can't even do that. You
like
know, I've got
I'm
a
just
cactus.
trying to
I
keep.
killed a cactus. That's how good I am. That's supposed. You, my girlfriend says you can't kill a cactus. Well, I would like to prove people wrong. You can. I forgot to
I'm
put
just.
any water in it.
I mean, we have a beautiful sunroom. I filled out all the plants in the sunroom, and like 1 year ago, half of them are gone because they are seasonal. But then I'm trying to keep most of like annual one. Like I don't know what they are called,
Mm.
but then they stay for a long time. So I'm trying to take care of the existing ones. My husband said like, if you buy the new ones, then you know what I do. Because you just buy to kill them.
What
So
sort of
I
things do
like
you like making? What sort of
you
things do you
mean
like
the
making when you're arts and crafts?
arts and crafts, decorative stuff most of the time, like
Okay.
3D gardens, um,
Oh well.
like 3D gardens with the succulents, like artificial succulents. I put it in a picture frame. I have this like big picture frame where I put the artificial grass be like in the picture frame, and then
Yep.
I pasted all the different types of
Oh, nice.
succulents, and then it looks like a real 3D garden. I don't have to water it. It's
Brilliant.
an
So do
artificial
you
one.
going back to your kind of career a little bit? Do you think if you hadn't went onto Twitter and blogged, do you think you'd be where you are now?
No,
No.
100%. No.
And do you think your blog kicked it all off, or was it more Twitter? Which one of the two do you think?
Both of them, blog
Both
as
of them.
well as speaking, because you know how I got this job, like the current one. Brent
Mm.
Ozar, Brent Ozar
Mm-hmm.
has actually, during the pandemic, most of the DBAs or the other data professional, they lost their jobs. So
Yep.
from he have such a wonderful heart. He thought of like putting this a centralized location in his website, brentozar.com, where he
Mm-hmm.
actually called all the other employers
Oh well.
searching for the candidates, and also at
I
the
didn't
same
know.
time giving the ability for the candidates to come and see that platform where the like he just invited employers to post the job openings in his page as a comment, so that the people who wanted to search for a job, they can go ahead and
Yep.
see the listings and apply for it. One of my
The
managers, she went ahead and posted that, and then I checked it. I went ahead and applied. Like immediately they watched my blog, they read my blog post. I
oh,
don't know about that, I don't know about that. They they just told me later after I got the job. But
okay.
uh, during the process, right, during the process, they have watched all of my blogs, they have seen my YouTube videos, they have seen me speaking, they entered, like they saw my LinkedIn profile, all sort of the activity that they were doing. And one of their key interests was like that candidate should be able to communicate very well, should be able to speak and
Yeah.
do the cloud work and stuff. So I believe I was a good fit at that point of time, and my manager really liked me. So
Yeah.
they interviewed me. But if if I did not do the blogging, or if I did not do the speaking, I did not. I think I would not have been able to see the post from Brent Ozar,
Yeah.
right? And then I would not have submitted to
So
it.
what I take from that is I always tell, or not tell, but I always encourage people to try and be on Twitter if you're in tech. Create a blog, because opportunities happen that people don't. It's hard to explain opportunities, but
Mm.
opportunities happen for a lot of people. Like, I haven't even had to do interviews for the last couple of jobs because I've just networked, and people get to know who you are, and you put yourself out there a little bit. And your
Yeah.
opportunity wouldn't have came if you hadn't have blogged and you hadn't been on Twitter, which
Yes.
is absolutely amazing.
Yes.
So
That
let
is
me ask you
100%.
about let me ask you about when you learned SQL. I take it was all on-prem before Azure stuff. How did you find moving from on-prem SQL Server to the Azure world? Was that a lot of
So,
learning? Was that a big jump?
oh, that's a wonderful question. Thank you for asking. Like, if anybody is watching, like new to, if they want to learn, new, like if they want to learn, if they are in on-prem, and like people,
Yeah.
people get freaked out when they wanted to move to Azure, because they think this is an entirely new world, and that's where I
Mm,
came from because I know it. Um,
yeah.
you know it, there, like while I was like initially learning about Azure, I was like freaked out. Is it okay? Like, is it easy? Like, I was like having many
Hmm.
questions. Like, I thought it's like a
Yeah.
complete different
Different
world.
world.
Like, but
Yeah. Yeah.
then like, if you start baby steps, right? Like, yes, it is a new world, because on-prem you have your own servers. You
Yeah.
build your own servers. You get
Yeah.
all the resources ahead of time. You pay for it. But here you have like scale up, scale down process, right? Pay
Hmm.
as you go sort of
Yeah.
things are different. But like, while I started very basic. Like, I thought like this is an entirely new course. Go
Hmm.
with the open slate, and then AZ 900. You are the one who mentioned me like how to start with Azure, right?
Hmm.
So I just
Yeah.
followed your steps. I went with AZ 900. I did not take the certification, but then I gone through the material. And while I was learning, I thought like many people might be freaked out like me, because how do I learn Azure? So I put a
Yeah.
presentation together. You know that you have reviewed my
That's right.
slides,
Hmm.
right? Do you remember? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
remember that.
yeah, I started very basic, and I did like from there I started learning like what is the performance in Azure, what are the service tiers, what are the pricing tiers. Like, I started from basic, and I think I have like 2 to 3 sessions right now in Azure. Like, I might not go through the languages like you do,
Hmm.
like the other language that you use, but
Yeah.
I am not into PowerShell or something like that. But I'm still
Yeah.
using the
Yeah.
graphical user interface. But
Nothing
I'm
wrong with
like
that.
the performance tuning. What are the like query store? Like, let's say query store is a
Yeah.
wonderful feature on-prem and in Azure. So I give the presentation about like um, query store. So while I do that,
Hmm.
I also use Azure SQL database, and it's all about performance, right? As a data
Hmm.
platform
Yeah.
MVP, I'm more focusing on like Azure
Yeah.
SQL. So
The main
I
reason. The main
I'm
reason.
learning.
The main reason. Yeah. Sorry. The main reason I asked you was it's quite a scary world when you go from what you know to something you don't know. And I
Mhm.
don't think there's too many people cover, or maybe there is. I've not really seen too many articles of how data people on prem go to data people in the cloud. How do you make that transition? Because Azure's massive. The cloud is a big thing, and it's quite daunting when you first start. It's very
Right.
difficult to find the right road. Yeah.
So right now in my company, we just didn't want to move. Like, we currently, at least, we didn't
Hmm.
migrate the existing on-prem databases, but we are building new applications in Azure.
Right.
So um, I didn't get a chance to prepare a presentation on like how exactly do you
Mhm.
migrate, but
Yeah.
But
Yep.
I was like, if you have an Azure SQL database here, what do you do? Like those sort of things I'm more focused on. Like those features, like I'm more focused on the query store. Like my November session in PaaS Summit 2023 is one of the sessions for the PaaS Summit is about the query store in Azure. So I'll be talking more about like how you can leverage query store in Azure and how you can.
Just think where you've came from 6 years ago to where you are now, or even 4 years ago in your old job to where you're now speaking at the past data conference. That is absolutely unbelievable
Right.
because that's like one of
Uh,
the biggest conferences.
Yeah, it's been like this. This will be my third time that I will be speaking. So after 1 year of my speaking journey, I got the chance to speak at PaaS Summit, which was
Ah,
still a dream, right? To me, at least,
yeah,
it's a dream to me. Like um, again, like I again like those tough times that I faced, maybe the reason that like it made me pushed towards here. Like
yeah. It's
I
made
can
you the
only
person you
see.
are.
Yeah, yeah, but it is not that easy. Like it is not at all that easy. I had to go through a lot of
No,
things, like
yeah, that's not.
lot of things. Like um, sometimes even in speaking, right? Like speaking means it's not a bed of roses. I won't say that
No,
because
yeah,
you are not
totally.
perfect. You are not a perfect speaker, and if somebody says you are perfect, don't trust them because there is always
Yeah,
something to learn. There is always something to
yeah,
learn. There is always something we have to fix to become a better speaker. Like
yep,
sorry,
yep.
I always use like in between, like, and you might be speaking fast, slow, and there is like it's a spectrum. There is no perfect 100% in the
Yeah,
spectrum.
totally.
You are either that way or this way, and it's a constant learning process. And I believe like giving those many sessions, I I still feel like very sincere with you. I'm still a baby speaker. I do
Do
lot
you
of a
still get
lot of
nervous?
mistakes.
Do you still get nervous before you do a public speaking?
Oh yes, oh yes.
How do you? What advice? Or how do you combat that then? Do you just grin and bear it, or have you got any techniques for getting through it, or any
You
tips?
know what? Sometimes I just say like whatever happens, happens. Just to
Happens.
smile.
Yeah, that's
If you
smell your
like,
way through it.
why do you worry about like if your demos will break, even you don't know if they break, that's a future thing, right? Why do you want to ruin
Mm-hmm.
your present moment? Like if it breaks, everybody is there to support you, like everybody will
Yeah.
understand you. So
Yep.
our demo got broke in past summit 2022, and people had to wait for 10 minutes until we fixed the fix the thing. And I was talking jokes to them. I was like cheering them up, trying to change their change their mind to focus on different things. Like
Brilliant.
like it is what it is. Sometimes if you
So
feel nervous, that's a normal thing.
that's a good
I
thing.
mean,
Yeah, it's a
like
good thing.
if you feel nervous, you like if you feel nervous, then if you think about it, you feel more nervous because you are feeling nervous. So I don't want that.
Yes.
So I'll just leave, like
Yeah.
let it go, let it go. If you make mistakes, that's okay. If you can't get the words, because my mother tongue is Telugu. I am not like I'm
Mm,
not an American. uh,
yeah.
might be my sentence formation, like if I
Hmm.
frame a sentence, uh, the thing that comes out of my mind is in mother tongue. I had to literally translate
Yeah.
with my mouth and then had to speak in English. So I am prepared for that. Like I'm prepared for the backlash. Like there were a couple of audience who were like, they gave me negative feedback. Like, what are you even talking
Oh,
about?
you
You are
always get
talking
that.
so fast. You are talking so fast. I mean, I hate your accent. That
Oh,
was a
really?
comment. I
Oh,
hate your Indian accent. Can you please shut up? I have seen all of that. I have seen all of that. I cried for the first time. I cried. Like you will
oh,
even have the comments on your YouTube. If you gave a presentation,
oh, yeah,
there
yeah,
will
yeah,
be
yeah,
there will be crappy comments. Like the first comment really hurted me. The next comment gave me the boost. They gave me the
yeah,
boost
yeah.
to
Totally.
change myself, to become a better speaker. Maybe they are right, or maybe they are not right. If it is not right, then you can filter it out because you know the truth. If it is truth, do not lie yourself. If they are saying something, do not go for the egos.
Yeah.
Like if it is right, go ahead and change it. Be open minded. So that's what I feel like. I have seen everything, Gregor.
All right, I've got one last question and then we'll wrap up because this has
Sure.
been amazing. What do you have any other conference talks lined up other than PASS? You've probably got 500, but
if you
no,
ask me,
too busy
certainly,
with
like
running
there
all
are
these user groups.
user groups sessions that are going on, but the major ones are like PASS Summit. I'm really looking forward to PASS Summit.
And have you got any holidays planned coming up, or have you been on holiday at all?
Not this year. All my all my,
Make sure you take time off though.
I think I
You've
need
taken
to
time.
take time off in December maybe, or before. Sometimes I take off to prepare for my presentations, and like people will
Yeah,
look at
that's a
me
good
like,
idea.
that's a good idea, right, Greg? But people
Yeah,
don't like it,
totally.
Like you take
Yeah,
vacation just
totally.
to prepare for your presentations, and like, don't you have your own time? But then like, I want to use this time for my preparation.
Preparation's always good.
Yeah.
Deepthi, it's been absolutely brilliant having you on. We were supposed to talk about Azure SQL, but I just wanted to speak to you about that more because I think I didn't know your story at all. So hopefully it wasn't painful talking about that, but I think it was very inspirational for a lot of people. So
Thank you so much.
thank you for
Really
coming on.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you
no,
for
thank you.
having me.
Good luck. Good luck at PASS. Hopefully I'll be in. I'm pretty sure it's in the same building in Seattle. It's the Seattle Conference Center. Is that right?
Yes, it's a Seattle Conference Center. Yes, I
Yeah,
believe. I
I
believe.
think they're both on at the same time, so I will probably bump into you. So that'll be if I'm there when you're there, I'll definitely reach out to you.
Sure. Thank you so
Yeah,
much. Thank you for
yeah,
having
no,
me.
thank you. Don't move. I'll have a chat with you
Sure.
once we finish. But just
Sure.
before we go, on Monday coming, I'm joined by Craig Nichol, and we're going to be talking about Azure Cosmos DB. So I'm looking forward to that as well. That is on Monday coming at 9 o'clock, same time. So I'm looking forward to that. So thank you again, Deepthi, for coming on. Absolutely brilliant. And hopefully I'll get to bump into you in November. Right. Thank you, everyone. Let me just play the wee outro video. Thank you for watching.